Hi, this is G Butterfly bringing you the quick Houston news. Well, there was an inmate, Mr. Jacoby Pillow, who's 31 years old. He was found dead in his cell in the Harris County Jail. Mr. Pillows was actually arrested for misdemeanor trespass. He was getting ready to be released on that charge when they say, per documents, that he attacked a detention officer, and during that attack the detention officers had to use force to try to get him back under control. The next morning, 7 hours later, when the detention officers were making their rounds, they noticed that Mr. Jacoby was in his cell and he was unresponsive. He was taken to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. Houston Police Department is going to open a formal investigation, and so will the Harris County Sheriff Department, to make sure that all policies and procedures were followed during this incident with Mr. Pillow, who was 31 years old. Local rapper Bun B. He will headline the Black Heritage Night at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, which will happen on March 3rd. Bun B is one half of the Southern rap duo UGK that was formed in 1987. Now, the reason I want to highlight Bun B is because African American music is only showcased one night over a 3-week period with the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. The Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo has been in existence since 1932. The artists that I'm going to read to you now, and yes, I will be looking at my paper, I'll read to you their names, how they'll be performing in order over the 3-week period. Parker McCullum, Brooks and Dunn, Lauren Daigle, Bun B, Walker Hayes, Zach Brown Band, Jason Aldean, New Kids on the Block, John Party, Ashley McBride, The Chainsmokers, Turnpike Troubadours, La Fiera de Ohenaga, Cody Jinks, Machine Gun Kelly, Kenny Chesney, Chris Stapleton, Cody Johnson, Brad Paisley, and Luke Bryan. Now to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, they always have a great carnival out there where you can bring your whole family. Now, Mr. Darian Mitchell is a 19-year-old who has been charged in the connection of a stabbing of a 45-year-old woman. He was living in her home with another male. The then came home and found the lady in her backyard dead. It has been stated that Mr. Mitchell and the victim had gotten into an argument because Mr. Mitchell had brought a dog to the house and just left the dog there. Now, Mr. Mitchell has been arrested and he has been held on a $1 million bond. I'm going to stay on top of this because I do believe more is going to come out of this. Now, speaking of bonds, Patrick Clark, who's also known in Houston as DJ P, was arrested for the murder of Takeoff, who was murdered on November the 1st here in Houston. That was a highly publicized murder. His initial bond was $3 million. His lawyer has been working to try to bring his bond down. Initially, I think they tried for $2 million. They got it down to $1 million, and he was released on Wednesday. Now, his family did come out and say that they nor Mr. Clark paid the bond. They say that it was a citizen who believed in his innocence and who wanted to pay for his bond. So we're going to stay on top of this story. I think more is going to come out of this. The suspect, Mr. Joshua Cameron, he's 22 years old, has been arrested in connection with the death of Takeoff. He has been charged with felony possession of a weapon. So we'll stay on top of that as well. Channelview couple was found dead in their apartment. Unfortunately, they were found by the 15-year-old brother of the shooter. It was a husband and a wife. The 15-year-old say he heard some commotion in the room, and when he went to the other room, his brother had already shot his sister-in-law and then turned a gun and shot himself. I think more is going to develop with this story, but let's keep the brother in prayer because this is a 15-year-old, and I know they had to be very traumatic for him to walk in and see his brother and sister-in-law dead. That happened out in Channelview. Now, there was a woman in her 40s. She was shot by her son. And they said that the son had been having some mental issues and lately had been showing signs of stress. Let's just say showing signs of stress and acting real erratic. Well, when the police got to the home, her 50-year-old boyfriend was in the front unit dead. The police were able to arrest the son at the scene of the crime, and he has been taken into custody. And this happened in the 2300 block of Bentley Drive. Again, a 40-year-old female has been murdered, allegedly by her son, who has also allegedly killed her boyfriend, who he left in the front yard. This is G Butterfly with some quick Houston news.